Are narcissists demon possessed? It can feel this way, and the truth is, there's two points of view. This is an argument as old as time. The narcissist does some very demonic things, and if claiming they're a demon helps you, if it helps you resolve the issue you're having internally and with the narcissist, that's great. Above all else, we have to be rational and scientific in our thinking. How much has believing a narcissist is a demon helped you? Because if it's helped you overcome the pain and suffering that they've caused you, then that's great, and you should keep following those thoughts and those beliefs, because that's the whole point of making content like this. I want to empower people. I want them to be able to overcome the narcissist. And the thing is, when you call yourself a victim, when you walk around with this chip on your shoulder, the narcissist wins. They now, like a demon, they are now controlling you. They've now influenced your life, and you're walking around sad and defeated. And this is no way to live. This is still the narcissist stuck in your head. The occult and demons and all that stuff is something I don't talk about because I feel a lot of people don't relate to it. I've tried everything, guys. I've been dealing with narcissists my entire life. They completely destroyed my brain, and I read everything, whether it was biology, whether it was Buddhism, Christianity. I read everything trying to resolve and fix all the issues that dealing with these negative people caused me. But the thing that helped me the most was what the Buddha said. None of it is really real. It's all kind of an illusion that our mind hallucinates. But that's only one point of view. It's not saying that he's completely right, because I've had experiences. I've had experiences where I've seen demons, I've seen angels, and if people aren't believing me, I have. This is the Goetia. This is a book of demons and tarot cards. I believe in all of those things, and I've seen them. I've seen them with my own eyes, but did I hallucinate it? Or was it an actual thing that I saw? Are narcissists demon possessed, or are they just victims of trauma? I think it's more likely that a narcissist went through a traumatic experience, because that's what all these personalities are. They're just really like a very complex form of PTSD. Why do you think the devil is associated with the snake? If you ever, and this has been proven by science, if you ever look at a narcissist's eyes, they have this very dead, cold eyes like a snake. To me, that means that their body, their central nervous system, they are on a very primitive level, on a very primordial level, that is just kind of like a snake. A snake doesn't have words inside of their head. They are just this instinctual thing that when a snake bites you, do you say it's demon possessed, or do you say it's just a snake it's an animal, it doesn't know any better? Human beings are like this too, but we tend to forget this, and this is kind of what the Buddha said. A quick explanation in 30 seconds. Imagine human beings before we began to speak. Before we were able to verbalize and put labels on things like demons, angels, bad or good. Imagine you're in the forest. You and I, we're in the forest. We don't have words. We're just grunting, and it's all like body language. And we run into another human, and we have stuff. Let's say we have a bunch of meat and fruit, and nobody speaks. No one's like saying, "Oh, is that guy?" And no one's thinking in their head, "Is that a good person, a bad person?" It's all just on an instinctual level. And what if that person hurts us and takes our things? Is that person demon possessed, or is he just living off his instincts? Human beings, whether they're demon possessed or not, are very dangerous creatures, unfortunately. And this is what Christ was saying. What did Christ say? He said, "Forgive them, for they know not what they do." Essentially, he was saying that human beings are unconscious. The truth is that human beings are an apex predator. We are the most dangerous animal on the planet, and we didn't get that way by being nice. There are these great, beautiful qualities inside of us, but those aren't the ones that make us survive. They help us along the way. If there wasn't any love or compassion in us, we wouldn't also have this strong bond. And that's what we're forgetting. We're forgetting those inner beautiful things about us, and that's where the world is becoming increasingly narcissistic. We are forgetting about that side of ourselves, and we're becoming very selfish and egotistical, and a lot of people are doing anything by any means to just to come out on top. You see it in celebrities, you see it everywhere, you see it like in any profession you go, where there's a lawyer, a doctor. People have become very cold and rational and just heartless, like a narcissist. Hurt people do hurt people, and if people keep hurting you, whether it's a demon or not, they're going to keep following that pattern, and that means eventually the whole world is going to become narcissistic, and it's going to collapse within itself. One of the whole points of making these kinds of videos is because I was really hurt. I was a victim. I guess I am a victim, but I don't like walking around with that identity because I believe it's disempowering. But I was a victim of a narcissist. I essentially lost everything that you could lose to this person, and it's sad, and I don't like seeing other people go through it. Where some people say that they lost their entire life to someone like this demon, right? If we're really going to change the world, if we're really going to believe in God and believe that we are children of God, because even that narcissist, I mean, Christ was saying, have compassion, right? Not, but don't let people take advantage of you. Why walk around with all this hate and just wanting to destroy someone who is just another child of God that is lost, right? I think that's what the Bible says, that demons are just fallen angels. They were good once. The whole point of making videos like this is to try to change, it is kind of like revenge on the narcissist. I'm trying to make people aware and empower themselves. Look at the red flags at the beginning of the relationship and not let narcissists do what they do. They would die out. We would solve the problem and there wouldn't be at least that many. There's always going to be evil people in the world. If we just call them demons and we hide from them and we avoid them and we let them continue to hurt other people, then we're just part of the problem as well. There's no excuse for abuse, and we are being victimized by these people. I used to walk down a very dark path, and people might have even said that I was demon possessed. I was dabbling in the occult, in witchcraft, ritual magic. But then I met this very intelligent person, and he happened to be a Christian, and it struck me odd. Like, why is the guy was a super incredibly like high level IQ? I was like, well, why does someone like this believe in God? God doesn't exist. Yet I was doing, I had already seen with my own eyes. Who knows if I hallucinated or not? But I saw a demon with my own eyes. It's as clear as day, as clear as I see other people walking down the street. And this person got me to read the Bible and to believe in God. I started meditating more, and I did something. There's like angel magic, and I saw, whether I hallucinated it or I actually saw it. I saw an angel, and it was a completely different experience. And I started to realize that sure, you can do negative things like the narcissist and get fame, money, power, whatever you want, whatever materialistic thing you want, but following a path of like light and love and compassion, that is where true happiness lies. But by doing well, because like the Bible says, you reap what you sow. This is why I don't seek revenge or to hurt a narcissist, because I know I've done the work, and I know you reap what you sow. When I do good things, when I help other people, from a very early age, I had this kind of propensity to want to like help people, and it's maybe because I was raised by narcissists, and instead of becoming narcissistic myself, I became more empathetic, and I just I help people to a fault. I not as much, not too much these days, because that is also, you get taken advantage of when you give so much of yourself to people who don't deserve it, right? That is also what the Buddha said. It is the law of karma. When you do evil deeds and when all you do is hurt people, that follows you. It follows you in your head. It tortures you. The narcissist is tortured every day. They know they're not a good person, and those evil deeds follow them around. Somewhere, one day they're gonna make the wrong person mad, and that person is gonna do something so terrible to them. You don't leave this world without paying the things you do. And maybe me meeting a narcissist was my karma, because I did. I'm not a perfect person. I might have done some bad things, I might have nothing terrible. I never hurt anyone on purpose, but I was unconscious, and that's what being demon possessed. That is what most human beings, and it's been proven by science. Like 90+% of what we do is unconscious, and that's why meditating. That's why reading the Bible. That's why awakening is so powerful, because that's everything. If you're aware of what you do, because a narcissist isn't. They are just this demon possessed unconscious thing that's going around hurting people, and they're not even really aware of what they're doing. They're responsible for what they do. They're an adult. When someone is either demon possessed or just has a personality disorder, they are just a very impulsive creature that does things without really even thinking about it. That's why they're gonna ruin their life eventually. That's why they're always going up and down. They go out and like steal from people, but then they like lose it all because they like spend it irrationally. But when you walk a positive path, when you're aware and you do good things, those things follow you. Yes, bad things happen to good people. That's just how it goes, and good things happen to bad people too, right? Like they met you. That was the narcissist. Meeting you was probably one of the best things that ever happened to a narcissist. Someone who genuinely loved them, because that's part of why they are that way. Whoever raised them didn't love them, and that's something that you have to remember. That someone who doesn't love themselves, like the narcissist, can't love you back. So helping people is the reason I make these videos. I'm not trying to victim blame. Personally, I found that just doing what the Buddha said and meditating and just becoming a better person, that is what has helped me the most, and that's what I preach. And psychology, like psychoanalysis, that all came from the occult. And a lot of what you read about, like Freud and Jung, these were things that the Buddha said a very long time ago. That essentially we are just a human being, but an animal that is unconscious. And the more conscious and aware you are, the happier and healthier you will be. And a happy, healthy, awakened person, an awakened empath, a narcissist is no match for you once you've awakened.